All right, so we got 65 orders going out, totaling a little over $2,400, selling used clothing on eBay. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what's sold. 12 pairs of this new Armani men's underwear sold for $44 plus shipping. All right, so these men's Merrell shoes sold for $60 plus shipping. They are the World Summit model, and they are just some leather lace-up shoes, $60 plus shipping. And this J. Jill linen top sold for $12 plus shipping. All right, so we got this vintage Pioneer wear jacket sold for $66 plus shipping. Let's go find it. So this is more of like a Western style blazer. Picked it up from the bulk 10,000 pound purchase that I made last August, and still paying dividends on that purchase. The other day I found an entire contractor size bag, 50-gallon bag, 55-gallon bag, full of some vintage Oregon Ducks apparel, Nike made in USA, bunch of kind of late 80s, early 90s Oregon University t-shirts, basketball shirts, you know, things like that. So was surprised by the fact that I made that purchase, you know, 8 months ago, and you know, $1,000 for 10,000 pounds, and I'm still finding things that are still paying off that I have yet to even go through. I still have a few more bags left from that bulk purchase, but just goes to show that, you know, you never know what you're gonna find when you go out sourcing. You know, the next time you go to the Goodwill bins, the next time you go out to that estate sale, that garage sale, you really don't know what you're gonna find. All right, so here's the jacket. This is the vintage Pioneer wear jacket, and it is made in USA. If you can find this type of tag here, it is Country Gentleman Pioneer wear, a wool blend, size 44. Kind of has these points here, and you know, just a nice brand to be on the lookout for. I had this listed for I think $99 plus shipping, and I took a best offer of $65 this morning. Just a basic diesel men's polo sold for $11 plus shipping. You know, getting started on eBay can be tricky, especially if you have no idea what you're doing. For a limited time only, you can check out link in the description down below, where I'm offering a free 7-day trial of my eBay coaching, where I work with you 5 hours a week, helping you put a similar process and system in place that helped me achieve over $178,000 on eBay last year selling men's and women's pre-owned clothing. In that included is a eBay store review, as well as a reseller spreadsheet and a top 50 BOLO brands list. So you can check it out, and if you don't like it, you can just cancel on day 6, no worries. But if you do want to continue your eBay education, it is only just $1 a day after that, and I continue to work with you in hitting the goals that you want to reach on eBay. So like I said, you can check it out, linked in the description down below. 7 days free, and I'd love to see you there. For example, one of these boys' shirts made in USA is a vintage Cascade shirt. It's like a camp shirt from the 80s, made in USA, sold for $10 plus shipping. I just listed this 2 days ago. Turning a couple cents into $10 plus shipping. So very grateful, very happy with that. This Grey's Anatomy women's scrubs sold for $12.56 plus shipping. And this is why I love selling similar items. This is a bunch of vintage Oregon Ducks gear, some made by Nike, made in USA, sold for $122 plus shipping. And I just listed these yesterday, but you know what? I'm all about some of the money all the time rather than all of the money some of the time. So, you know, Gore-Tex jacket, this summer camp sweatshirt, you know, these all had stains. And the thing is like, I'm looking to take the money and the profits and reinvest it back into my business rather than hold on to these items longer than I need to wait for all of the money, which I could have gotten maybe even double, maybe even triple. But I want to take that money and go and buy 1 more bale, 2 more bales, and reinvest it to see what else I can find. So I love combined orders because it saves the buyer from having to pay too much in shipping, and also helps me cut down on fees when it does come in on eBay. This Game Hide quarter zip men's pullover sweater sold for $12 plus shipping. Picking up a ton of camo hunting gear, and it's been selling really well for me. Do you guys pick up hunting gear? Or this is a rock solid brand for me. 7 for All Mankind. These are some women's flared jeans sold for $24 plus shipping. 13.33. So you got to have some rock solid brands that you can build the foundation of your business upon. And, you know, going into kind of whatever you're able to find in abundance in your area, keep note and keep track of that, because, you know, you're able to find things that I can't find in my area and vice versa. So you might be able to really make a full-time 6-figure income selling the items that are in abundance in your area. For me, a lot of Nike, a lot of Eddie Bauer, a lot of LL Bean, a lot of plain Jane, common brands, but that is how I make the majority of my money. And then I would say, you know, the extra, the home runs, the $50 to $100 sales, those are the items that are more rare and that I don't come across too often. Quite a few of those vintage t-shirts over the weekend. This is a vintage 1989 Billy Joel t-shirt, sold for $20 plus shipping. This shirt had a couple of stains, and just happy to see it go to a good home. Someone who bought this is now going to appreciate it, put it on their wall, whatever they're gonna do. But at least going from a trash bag sitting there for years not being used now into the circulation of the economy. And look at that, taking something that would have been thrown away, and now someone is going to actually appreciate it, which is one of the reasons why I love reselling. You're literally taking something that is going to be thrown away and putting it into the economy to economize. You are bringing value out into the economy, and money is attracted to that. So what is your niche? What is it that you're selling that you're taking out from not being used and putting it into the hands of people who are going to use it? Money will be attracted to that type of management. So as long as you can manage the little things that are in your business, you will continue to scale and grow as long as you can manage the growth. I sell a lot of these Dickies workwear button-up shirts. This sold for $10.56 plus shipping. So this is kind of the business that no one shows, is all of the waste that goes into buying bulk. All of these bags here are going to be recycled. This is all reject. This is all clothing from either that 10,000 pound buyout I did of all those clothes, and these are just clothes that either had a stain in them or just didn't fit in my brand list, or there's nothing wrong with them. You know, Faded Glory, obviously not a lot of profit to be had on that brand there. But, you know, these clothes are going to go to a recycling company called Just Portrait, where they come and pick up all of the clothes that you don't want within about 3 days, as long as they are just dry and, you know, not moldy. And they're going to come pick them up, and they just go into a recycling program where they're going to be processed for carpet insulation, different types of rags for mechanics, and that is awesome. Just having a way where you can eliminate waste. You know, my whole mission statement is to avoid clothing going back into landfills, and I just want to be able to manage the inventory that I do get but that I don't necessarily want, and have it go into a place where they can manage it and have it not go into landfills, and just to cut down on all of that. You know, I don't want to go donate this back to the Goodwill. I don't want to donate it back to another thrift store, because it's just going to add into the circulation of those items being, you know, I may find these items again if I keep buying bales, you know, so I'm going to have it go to another program where they have a different processing method. And I say I generate probably about 12 of these trash bags at least about every week. So having some program to be able to eliminate waste in your business is key. And if you donate your items back to Goodwill, that's fine. But just look for maybe alternative ways where you can take some of your items and maybe donate them to a homeless shelter, or a rehabilitation center, a fire relief center. There are multiple ways, you know, other than just Goodwill. But, you know, just maybe think about that and think about refining that area of your business. This Adidas Trailblazer t-shirt sold for $12.56 plus shipping. This Anthropologie women's dress sold for $9 plus shipping. These 2XU men's compression leggings sold for $39 plus shipping. So that's going to be a brand you might want to check out. 2XU. They make men's kind of hiking gear, hiking wear. These are just some basic compression leggings. I had them listed for $39.95 plus shipping, and someone had used a coupon. These Kenneth Cole men's jeans sold for $31 plus shipping. And this Nautica button-up sold for $22 plus shipping. This women's blondie dress sold for $5 plus shipping. These Kenneth Cole pair of pants sold for $15 plus shipping. These Lululemon leggings sold for $24 plus shipping. They are $12,709. So you can niche down into athleisure, you can niche down into outerwear, western wear, denim jeans, women's pants, women's tops. Are you looking to niche down in your reselling business, or are you just selling a little bit of everything? We all have different goals as resellers. Some people just want to make a side income to help pay for vacations once a year. Some people want to make 6 figures and leave their 9 to 5. This is my passion project as far as getting people that want to leave their 9 to 5 and get into running their own business. This is why I share as much as I can when I have time with you guys, so that you can take some of this information and apply it to your business. You know, it takes just a lot of discipline and consistency. Those two mixed together will get you really far in life. And if it just starts with just one listing a day, you are on your way to building a big business. But you need to master the craft of listing the perfect listing once a day. Finding items that have a decent sell-through rate, items that are going to be found in search and in demand, so you can turn around and take those profits and reinvest them back into your business. So 709. So running your own business may sound hard, but if you have discipline and consistency, you are going to be going far in your reselling business. So just start with that. Start with your 1 listing a day, start with your 5 listings a day, whatever you can manage. And once you can manage that, then you are headed for the big times. But just be patient, because it takes time. Growing a business takes lots of time. And it took me 2.5 years just to get to this point. But it started with 10 listings a day. And I wasn't even selling clothing. I was selling books, DVDs, whatever I could get my hands on. And now I have niched down, and being able to run a 6-figure reselling business is a complete blessing, and praise the Lord for it. This simple Quicksilver men's button-up sold for $18 plus shipping. So I just recently had my crazy time-lapse video on TikTok go for 29,000 views. And the blessing from this is a lot of people reached out with questions, and I'm always about answering questions. I love answering questions from you guys because it gives me a way to teach and a way to explain some of these processes here. So let's get into some of the questions that came from this video. So a lady had asked, do I put everything on the hanger, and how do I go about taking items on and off the hanger with doing 700 photos? So not all of the items go on this hanger here, because it would take considerably more time to take items on and off this hanger all the time. So basically what I do is that this material here is able to hold shirts, you know, without the hanger, and they don't have to slide off. So polyester will slide off of this very easily, but most shirts you could just throw up on this board and they'll stick to it, which is why you want your board at least 45-degree angle, and a piece of material that's going to be able to hold these cotton, cotton blend t-shirts, just something that's a little more sticky. I noticed felt worked well, Sherpa carpets worked well. This is just a basic cotton tan blanket. So use whatever works for you, use whatever you have around the house, but I know that, taking items on and off the hanger can really, take 10 seconds every item. That ends up being 4 or 5 minutes added to your process each day. So I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but in the long run it will add up. But items that I do put on the hanger are going to be more women's tops and more rayon, polyester types of materials. So that was a good one. I really think that having a hanger does help make the women's tops look a little bit better and more presentable, as they can be flowing, flying around here and may not look as presentable. So this Gap shirt sold for $3 plus shipping, and this is a perfect example of some things that might have been bad purchases, and, you know, just really consider, you know, how long you're going to be holding on to an item, what you're going to be paying for the item, and is that going to be a right thing for you to do for your business plan. I had someone reach out recently, where do I get my product? How do I get my items? How is my cost of goods so low? Well, as I transitioned from the bulk bins and thrift stores and estate sales and garage sales and Facebook Marketplace and all those other ways to source product, I was able to clue in on a way to just buy bulk bales from a thrift store that has an excess of clothing, and being able to pay 15 cents to 17 cents per pound, and they come in bales of 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. The only dilemma is you do need a big vehicle to pick up these bales, and then it also is about a 2-hour drive for me. So I do this once a month so far, and it has been a nice pace. Hasn't been too much for me, hasn't been too much waste, though the bales can be inconsistent. So sometimes maybe I need to buy 2 bales a month, maybe I just need to buy 1 bale a month, maybe I need to buy 4 a month, and that's something that I'm planning for. But you know, looking for your source and good sources is a constant thing in your business. Constantly be checking Facebook, checking Craigslist, reaching out to junk removal companies, reaching out to estate sale companies, and building connections with those people so you can always lower your cost of goods. Because as inflation continues, and it will be persistent, and it just comes in waves, always be looking for ways, how can I raise my average sale price by lowering cost of goods? That sounds crazy, right? But it can be doable if you are willing to buy more items. And you know, we're all in different areas of the world. So you may be living close to a recycling plant that recycles shoes. Maybe hit them up for some pallets. You may live next to an electronics recycling company where they sell pallets of remote controls. Who knows? Just do some research and never stop your continual search of looking for multiple sources of ways to find inventory. All right, so this Nike women's sweater sold for $12 plus shipping, and this cable engaged women's top sold for $12 plus shipping. Someone had asked, how do I do 700 photos, and am I able to list those same items in the same day? 700 photos takes me between 45 minutes to 1 hour to do, and when I do it, I am like a machine. I do not stop. I do the process all the way through. All the clothing goes behind me and gets ready to be listed on eBay. And after that process, I hop right onto listings and I list them all right away. And then after they are listed, they are put away. I do all of those 3 things in one full process. I don't take a break after my photos. I don't take a break between listings. And when I don't take breaks, I could do that whole process from pictures, listings, and put away in 3 to 4 hours. So getting that done is a huge thing for me. It's something that I know I need to be doing every day to be consistent on eBay, but it's something that you really need to find what works for you. And the cool thing about eBay is that we're all different, and you just really need to do the things that work for you. Maybe you work a part-time job, maybe you work a full-time job, but being able to add up a lot of these little processes into one big process is going to help you save your time and help you increase your money that you make per hour. I go fast as I can, and when I'm not here to be playing around, looking around at things, you know, I have other things going on, and I don't want to be spending more time than I need to out here in 42-degree warehouse, you know, looking at things, doing TikToks for everyone, you know. So I just really want to be able to get my eBay work done so I can be able to jump on camera and be able to help you guys along your process. This was a cool sale. Is a vintage Nike pullover made in USA. This is an Oregon Ducks University sweater that came from the bulk buyout last August. A lot of Nike made in USA sweaters, t-shirts from the Oregon Ducks University. This was stained all over though, so I was just happy to get it out of here and take those profits and reinvest them back into the business. This women's denim skirt sold for $12 plus shipping, and this Torrid women's top sold for $12.56 plus shipping. This 1990s Blazers men's t-shirt sold for $31 plus shipping. It is a Salem sportswear tag, men's size large, made in 1990. So came from that bag that I found last week, and you know, sold to a person in Portland. So yeah, a lot of these items that came out were, you know, early, maybe 90s, late 80s, and just, you know, a lot of them did have stains. This one was actually in really good condition, no stains, no holes. Very happy to be picking up anything Blazers, but when it's vintage, that is obviously a huge blessing. This men's Tommy Bahama silk shirt sold for $8 plus shipping. These women's Joe's jeans sold for $12 plus shipping. This Polo Ralph Lauren wool scarf sold for $14 plus shipping. These American Eagle jeans sold for $17 plus shipping. I love picking up American Eagle jeans, especially if they're size 12, 14, 16. They sell really well. These Ralph Lauren New It Tag jeans, the model Hayden, sold for $27 plus shipping. One of my favorite brands to resell is the brand Diesel. This is just a leather messenger bag, sold for $200 plus shipping. The original price was $330. And just love getting rid of these bags. I have plenty of bags lined up here. I don't sell bags, but I am listing 1 or 2 a day just to kind of slowly go through that pile. And if you ever find anything by this brand Diesel, it's usually a pickup at the right price. Don't sleep on handbags. You know, if that's something you want to niche down into, you can definitely make some great profit, as most bags, you know, at garage sales, estate sales are priced really cheap. You know, if you could find a Diesel handbag, even better. But if you want to niche down in handbags, I mean, you could make 6 figures just selling handbags. And the sale of the week goes to this Canadian Goose down puffer jacket, new with tags, sold for $425 plus shipping. Let's take a look at the tag. Some of these jackets have been known to go upwards of, you know, $800, $900, $1,000. If you could find Canada Goose, any types of their jackets are going to be selling really well. The original owner paid $114 and turned around and sold this jacket for $425. What a blessing. Very cool. If you ever find this brand Canada Goose while you're out sourcing, it's going to be a pickup. New with tags. Very, very cool to get this item out of here before it starts warming up. As you can see, I have plenty of jackets that need to be sold, and something I don't really want to hang on to going into the summer, but that's okay. Very happy that this sold. I believe that this item was purchased before and it was returned, so for doesn't fit, but I think it had originally sold for like $275. So happy to accept the return and take $425 instead. Another awesome brand is Gstar Raw. That's kind of the brand tag there, Gstar Raw. Love selling these jackets. This had sold for $60 plus shipping, but anytime you can find anything with the brand Gstar or Gstar Raw, it's usually a pickup, especially for me. This vintage Grateful Dead t-shirt sold for $60 plus shipping, made in 1994. No stains, which is surprising. Came from that bag that I found last week. Made in USA on the Fruit of the Loom tag, and pretty cool on the back as well. So summer tour of '94. You know, you may not know, but anything Grateful Dead is usually a pickup, especially their vintage t-shirts. The ones with the tie-dye are definitely going to be going for more in that $200, $300, $400 range. This was just kind of a basic white tee. But a cool print on the front, nonetheless. Very happy to turn a couple cents into $60 plus shipping. These 2 Nike t-shirts made in USA from the University of Oregon sold for $22 each plus shipping. This Indigo Palms blazer jacket sold for $80 plus shipping. Indigo Palms is like a sister company to Tommy Bahama. And here's the blazer, new with tags. If you're able to find Indigo Palms, a Tommy Bahama company, you can pick it up, do some research, check some comps, make sure it's a right purchase for you. But, you know, blazers are not exactly flying off the shelves right now. As you can see, tons of blazers that have yet to sell, that have been listed for 6-8 months. So, you know, always be checking comps. I believe checking comps of every item before you buy it, especially as a beginner, is the fastest way to level up your game when it comes to reselling. Checking comps of things that you don't know of, checking comps of things that you do know of, to be able to continue to refine your knowledge of what the market demand is for these items. Checking sell-through rates, checking average sale price, checking seasonality. That can be the key for you to be successful on eBay. I don't believe in buying something without checking comps. I don't want to be buying something, you know, especially at $4, $5, $6, $7 without knowing A, how long is it going to take to sell, and B, how much am I going to get from it. So always be checking comps no matter what, and that by doing that you're going to be able to level up your game, be really familiar with the eBay app and checking the solds and the sold history. So is that something that you do? Are you getting better at that, or is it something that you're working on? Because it is a lifelong process. Just continue to get better every day. Love, love, love picking up Levi's. These are some Levi's 511s, sold for $12.95 plus shipping. This was kind of a cool sale. This is a Army men's full zip sweater, sold for $40 plus shipping. Had several stains in it, but if you could pick up anything Army, you know, Army fatigues, camo jackets, recently they've been selling better for me. You know, this took good 6 months to sell, but hey, happy to turn a couple dollars into what, $40 plus shipping? All right, this wool Oscar de la Renta men's blazer sold for $44 plus shipping. It is 100% wool, new with tags. Definitely a slow seller on this brand, but hey, happy to be moving any jackets right before it starts heating up. All right, so a lot of these items were just simple bread and butter items, right? $10, $12, $15 items. I recommend checking out this video here where it goes more in detail into my top 50 brands that I'm constantly on the lookout for. Check out this video here, and I know it can be really helpful for you for the next time that you go out sourcing. Have a blessed rest of the day.